to the meeting. You're ready.
Exciting time of year. We start our school year. Congratulations to everyone in high school. It's exciting time. Before we move further, I want to let you know that our fellow board member, Louise Steele, tonight, in spite of us, and take the responsibility to not come to share. So I certainly appreciate that contribution. I did speak to them this afternoon on other matters tonight. Questions, views, and I'll share with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for leading the board, and the president of the Board of Education Office in Blue Ridge, and also those folks who are watching this on TV. Welcome for you as well. After calling to order, the next item on the agenda is communication, Mr. Chair, and I'd like to ask everyone to please stand. And leading the invocation this evening is Ms. Shannon Miller. After Shannon's invocation, we will have the pledge of allegiance to Dr. Scott Ramsey, so I will remain standing.
Thank you. Please pray with me. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you to thank you for all that you have done, are doing, and will do, in and through us as individuals and as in terms of the system family. We praise you for your mercy and your providence. You know the plans you have for us, and as we walk along your straight path, transform us by the renewal of our minds and give us the wisdom, discernment, and courage to make decisions that are aligned with your good, acceptable, and perfect will. Decisions that will prosper our schools and our community. Please provide a hedge of protection around our board members as they are charged with making decisions that will create and maintain a vision for the Fannin County school system for generations to come. Please open each of our hearts so that we may fulfill your greatest commandments, to love the Lord our God with all our heart, and with all our soul, and with all of our mind, and to love our neighbors and others. Allowing us to lead in perfect love without fear. Let us go forth in your love, following you so that we may take your light into the world, no longer walk in darkness. Equip us to be your hands and feet so that others may know you and experience your peace. These things we ask in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Thank you. Dr.
Attention. Salute. Pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Chair, out of the reports to approve the consent agenda is divided into two parts. To approve tonight's agenda A and B is to approve minutes of previous meetings. We have two sets of posted screens for both of those from page 23rd. It's called meeting of noon. Scroll through. And we'll catch the second set. Page 12, regular board education meeting at 5:30. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the consent agenda.
Recommendation.
Make that motion.
Motion. Second discussion. All those in favor?
All right, thank you so much. Agenda item number 5, special recognitions. This is absolutely one of my favorite parts of the organization. And, here lately we've been recognizing a great deal of student success. And I'm so proud of that. Tonight is the home session. So I'm going to turn it over at this point about Ramsey. Talk to us about we have the waiting and waiting.
Good evening, Dr. Rodney, members of the board. it is always an exciting time when we get to recognize the accomplishments of our students, and we get to do that a lot. And that's a direct testament to the hard work that they put in and the hard work that our teachers and coaches do. So, just very proud of them. I want to say a special thank you. We've got a good, strong coaching staff for our track team. We have head coach Brent Roof right here. We have assistant coach Jeff Kuna. We have special assistant to the head coach Lucas Roof, and special assistant to everybody, Mr. Chad Galloway. And then we also have Hannah Godfrey who helped, and Kara Richardson who helped. So we had a lot of community involvement, a lot of help going on to be able to work with these kids, and it shows with the success that they achieved in the season they had. So very proud of them, but also very proud of our coaches, and now I'll turn it over to Coach Ruth.
Good evening. I have a little kind of speech here that I want to talk about these guys and gals. First, I want to start with saying it's an honor and a pleasure to be speaking here this evening. So thank you for inviting and recognizing these ridiculously talented track and field athletes, the dedicated and dynamic coaches we have, and the supportive and committed parents also to the board meeting tonight, because they definitely deserve to be in the spotlight for all the hard work and success from their season. These athletes had a phenomenal track and field 2022 season. Some of their accomplishments include the boys and girls team both runner-ups in the 7AA region. The boys team finished first in all their regular season meets except for one. Throughout the season, they beat Union, Gilmer, Lumpkin, Dawson, Raven, and many other schools. The girls team beat Gilmer in both head-to-head meets. They beat Dade, Raven, and several other schools. 24 athletes qualified to compete at state sectionals, where 12 of those 24 went on to qualify and compete at the GHSA State Championship meet. At the state championship meet, 11 of these athletes made the podium and received medals, which is the most that Fannin County Track and Field has had in many years. Seth Reese came in third, and Matthew Crowder came in fourth in shot put. Aiden Lynch placed fifth in high jump. Tyler Stevenson came in sixth, and Corbin Davenport came in seventh in pole vault. The girls' 4x8 relay team, made up of Carly Holloway, Lindsay Holloway, Monica Cosentino, Kayla Gaddis, and Kinsley Sullivan, came in seventh, and also set a new school record running at 10:39. This is the first boy or girl relay team for Fannin to make the state podium in 17 years. Lindsay Holloway placed seventh and PR'd in the 32 with a time of 12:28. This is the first time that a Fannin girl has made the state podium in a running event in 14 years. Zach Prater placed eighth in the 3200, PR'd, breaking his previous record and setting a new one with a time of 10:03. The boys team finished the season ranked 16th overall in the state in AA. They finished ahead of Union, Raven, and the Lubbock School, and several other schools. In closing, before we recognize the guys and a couple of other people speak, I want to say thank you to Dr. Scott Ramsey for giving me a chance at this job. Thank you to Ms. York, Dr. Ramsey, and the other school leadership for supporting our program and being willing to go to bat and help us purchase a new pole vault kit, high jump equipment, and new team uniforms. Thanks to Michelle Davis for an excellent middle school cross-country program. Thanks to the Board of Education members for approving the purchase of this equipment, and thanks to several businesses and parents that donated to help buy our track warm-ups, sandwiches, snacks, waters, Cliff Bars before every meet, and other items. These businesses include Oyster Bamboo Fly Rods, Rachel Callahan, the Diamond Center, Julie Fitzqueen, and the Gaddis family who made sandwiches for us. Thanks to Sherry Ruth for taking care of our daughter Lila constantly during the season. Again, thanks to Coach Kuna, Coach Godfrey, and our volunteer coaches, Coach Rob Kentner, Coach Kara Richardson, Coach Chad Galloway, and lastly, my handsome and intelligent husband, Coach Lucas Roof. But mostly thanks to the athletes for being willing to work hard and believe in the process. We, the coaches, are beyond proud of each one of you and cannot wait until track and field in 2023. Now, before I introduce these guys and gals, I think Coach Galloway maybe, or Coach Roof, do y'all want to speak?
I'll just say something really fast, really fast. Like you said, super proud of the athletes, but then also she's going to try to build the success on the assistant coaches. But she's really proud of our head coach. She came out there, got all the kids out there, got these coaches out there, provided the unity, provided the engagement, and just created that culture of success. So really, really proud of him, proud of our league there.
I'll say it's been a great part of my career, especially getting on board. A lot of times I forget that. This is probably one of the most precious to me. That means a lot to me. I guess what it is in my career. Just if I hope you can inspire something that I guess I appreciate that. Especially being around the kids. That's big enough. This has been one of the work things I've done so far. So it is a great work.
All right, now we'll recognize the athletes back here. Some of them brought their medals. We have Ian Leet, Grayson Willis, Zach Prater, Lindsay Carly Holloway, Jacqueline Cracknell, Haley Gaddis. We also have one of our 7th graders that trained with us pretty much all year, Ariana Galloway. We just want to give her a little wave. She came out. Because she was forced to, right? She loves it. These are some amazing athletes here. Not all of them could be here tonight, but we have some of the best ones here. So I'm super proud of these ladies, and they continue to work all summer. They're out training constantly. Just the other day, they were out running. So I'm proud of them.
Students are running. Have the coaches come up and Dr. Ramsey, well, we're going to have the board line up back there exactly. Student athletes, coach, still help me get the student athletes. Not the center, and up, it's just like, if you stay there. Heather, are we saying?
Yes, I heard that.
We're so proud of these athletes, and obviously, and I say thank you for being a part of our school education meeting, especially in the month of June. That's dedication. So we greatly appreciate you coming out, and thank you everybody for your support. Let's give them a little. Thank you.
Now they got to stay for the whole meeting.
One more special recognition, and I'd like to introduce this individual when we move this group up front. Are these individuals, this group?
Yes, sir. So now we have this special recognition, as Dr. Ronnie was saying, we have Mr. Sullivan, we have Mr. Dickens, and they are here to provide a check to the school system for $3,450, a donation, and was raised in the STEM soapbox therapy. So we're really excited about that. Really thankful for the hard work y'all put into this and for the donation. Thank you.
$3,450, that's awesome. That's we really appreciate what you've done. The value to them, but also.
Definitely took the $3,000 at the beginning of the school year last fall, because we had our fall last time. Got them awesome checks there, so this is actually $6,000 pretty fair.
And this is you divided among the schools?
Yes, we've already delivered all their checks.
Okay, great. All right, so let's bring up Mr. Ruth, since you've introduced him, let's also bring up our president.
Mr. Young has been fantastic. He really sets us up there for school.
Like our
That's good stuff.
Who says four means six?
That's right. All right. Next item on the agenda is school government team update. What's our own minutes? Rick, tell us about that.
All right, good evening, board. And so I'm going to provide you with the last update for the 21-22 school year. We're going to the SUPs that work. In May, those the SUPs did need to finalize the year to make sure they did all of the other parts that they needed to. He found that on May 4th. They discussed the use of their charter allocation for next school year, which was to continue funding their STEM teacher position. They also approved their handbook, and they went through their self-assessment results, and also we discussed the survey for Mr. Price. So next we have West Fannin Elementary, which met on May 17th at 8 a.m. Ms. Danner gave the team a seat update that day, and also was anxiously awaiting at that time word on a partnership with the Alliance Theater, which later they found out they did get this great opportunity. And so West Fannin is super excited about next school year where they'll be partnering with the Alliance Theater, and that will hopefully help them as they continue moving towards STEAM in their school instead of just STEM. So kind of add the arts in as well. The team also discussed their school improvement plan goals for next year, and also they reviewed their draft compact and parent-family engagement policies. Ms. Morgan, who recently retired from the school system, did get the year-long attendance data from the team, and also they approved their use of their charter funds for next school year, which again was to fund their STEM position. The next one was a very long meeting here. We had all kinds of great work going on at Fannin School. So Mr. Young shared a personnel update for the team, letting them know the recent hires were for the new school year. He also discussed the fact that spring practices were underway at the time. They did have a wonderful family fun night at Fannin School with a humongous turnout. The participation was phenomenal. He also shared with them a STEM update for next year and ideas for next year. The SUP approved their use of charter funds, which was also to continue funding the STEM positions at County Middle School. We did look at their SUP self-assessment. The team did approve their handbook. Also, their new parent rep, Ms. Rose Schumann, attended the meeting that month as well. Let's see, they also reviewed very, very carefully their school improvement plan and discussed the STEM model they'll be using next year. Moving on the same day, later that afternoon, the high school did have their final meeting of the year. Dr. Ramsey presented some revisions to their student handbook for the team, and that handbook was approved. They also discussed the fact that next year they'll move away from grade improvement days and return to days of having exemptions and also final exams. I know students were super excited about the return of that next year. They can't wait. He also shared information about the upcoming events, including graduation, which we recently celebrated and was awesome. We did look at their self-assessment results, and then Dr. Ramsey did recognize and thank the members who were coming off the stand. Next month, I look forward to presenting to you the names of the people who will be serving into next school year as SUP members. We did recently complete our elections and appointments to those teams, and so next month I will share that with you. So if you have any questions?
You said a word in there about middle school. Your mom was walking about
Was it not humongous? It was an amazing turnout. For middle school, it was phenomenal, truly. So they have, Mr. Young has worked super hard on his nature trail and getting things going on his STEM implementation at Fannin Middle School. He's got a lot to be proud of. So right here. All positions are filled except for one. Next month, Fannin Middle School will let us know who they're appointing as their community members. He does have some great people, some contacts to make some connections with. One of the things that's super important to us is that we have partnerships that are going to be beneficial to the school and school systems goals. And so he's got a couple of people to approach to see if they'd be interested
Back up.
Again. Run through me, yes. Okay, it is always exciting to get to come and talk about many good things that go on at the high school. And I think Mr. Beard said in the previous meeting that we have the best schools in the state, probably the nation, and I'm going to talk about one of them here tonight. The first thing that we want to talk about is our student support and things we offer our students. And just this week, we had summer school begin. And that is an opportunity for our students who, might need to make up some credits and get caught up to be able to have that opportunity. We have teachers on campus Monday through Thursday from 10 to 2, and this will last through June the 30th, with students taking their EOCs to June 28th and 29th. So that's a great opportunity for students to make up some credits. If they might have got something happen there, get those throughout the regular school year. And then PBIS, we really focus on PBIS because that's an opportunity to recognize students when they get caught being good. A lot of times you hear the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and sometimes, negative decisions impact what we do, but this is an opportunity to just reward kids for doing the right thing. Throughout the year, they're given PBIS tickets by their teachers, and they can use those tickets in several ways. They can turn them in at the store for merchandise. We have a PBIS store. They can put them in for the drawing. You can see here several of our students that win monthly drawings. One of those is a parking spot right in front of the school, so they're really big on that one. Or they can collect them and go to PBIS Fun Day. This year on April 8th, we had our PBIS Fun Day. Now, you would think in April you could have a nice day outside. That wasn't the case. Initially, the plans were to be able to have it in the stadium and do different games and stuff like that, but felt like about 20 degrees and pouring rain, so we had to drop back and punt and do different things. We showed a movie in the PAC. We had games in the new gym and the old gym. We did different things in the media center. And we also brought up the food truck, which was very popular. Even in the cold and rain, they were lined up down the sidewalk to be able to get food, and the food truck actually ran out of food. So I know they had a good day. So that was something the kids really enjoyed, and it was a great opportunity for them just to have some fun and kind of showcase what they had earned throughout the year being good. And we always talk about dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is just such a tremendous opportunity for our students. It's an opportunity to earn college credits and high school credits at the same time. So then when they graduate high school, they're not going to owe as much money to get that college degree or go to the trade school or whatever it is they're going to pursue because they were able to get some of those courses in high school. Just this spring alone, we had 78 students earn 122 credits that will go to a college. That was at the University of North Georgia, Young Harris, Tacoma Falls, and North Georgia Tech. So again, great opportunity for our students that a lot of them do take advantage of. And then just bragging a little bit on our AP. We offered 7 AP courses this year, and you can see that the participation is good in most of those courses, but then you look at something like calculus where we had 4 students. But the thing about offering calculus is schools like Georgia Tech, you can't get into if you don't have that course. So it's very important that we continue to offer that, even though the numbers might be low as far as participation. We've got about 7 kids that are planning on going to Georgia Tech from next year's senior class, and when Mr. Thomas was retiring, all those 7 were lined up in my office wanting to know what my plan was for next year to ensure that they were able to get this course. So that's something that's very important to our students, so good job there. And I will say, even though we can't release the official numbers yet, that we did show growth in all 4 of our EOC courses. So the numbers there are going in the right direction. So we're very proud of that, and very proud of our teachers and students for the work they put in on that. And then CTAE. So many tremendous opportunities coming out of our CTAE program. If you look at these pictures here, the thing that I love about these pictures is the majority of them are going to show you high school students working with elementary students. And that is a great way to not only build the program, but we really want to focus on being a school system. And that's the way to do it. When your kids are working together at different levels to accomplish these things and take advantage of these opportunities, and that shows we're all in this together and we're all working for that common goal of providing our kids with as many opportunities as possible. So very proud of that. And if you just look at the numbers, this year we had 131 seniors get graduation seals, CTA graduation seals. That means they completed the pathway and passed their EOPA during their high school career. Just this school year alone, 240 pathways completed, 131 EOPAs passed, and then we had 82 students who received industry-recognized credentials with their EOPA. 24 in welding, 29 in ServSafe, 22 in CNA, 3 in Pharmacy Tech, and 4 in Adobe Pro. And then in addition to that, we had 94 students who completed the OSHA 10 training through our occupational safety course. So just a lot of opportunities for our students to be able to accomplish these things. Some of our highlights we have through FCCLA, we have 3 students who are going to go to Anaheim, California this summer to compete in the Nationals for a video they created. And then, last time we recognized Evan Fish, who earned his state degree, one of 667 people to earn this most prestigious degree. And that's out of 77,000 FFA members. That's some pretty rare airpies in there, so very proud of him. And then our TSA, first place in the state genome electric car competition, and 6 students are going to go to Dallas, Texas this summer to compete in nationals. And then we also had 2 students who were elected to state positions. Bryce Ware is the state sergeant in arms for TSA, and then Amy Thomas is the Area 1 Vice President for FFA. So very excited about that. And then we talk about our community partnerships, which are very, very important to us, as we move forward, as we provide opportunities for our students. These community partnerships are really what makes it go. And Mr. King's general medicine class was able to work with Georgia Mountain Health to bring awareness to the opioid crisis that's not only in Fannin County, but throughout all of Georgia. And for doing this and completing this training, the students received iPads, backpacks, which was very nice gifts for them, but they also got to gain a lot of valuable knowledge in that training. And then in addition to that, through Fannin Regional and Riverstone, they were able to do 2-week clinical rotations, which gave them some real world experience. As they go out into the world, is this a career that they want to pursue and move forward in? So that was just a tremendous opportunity for them to be able to go out and get some real world experience. And then I know, Mr. Ruth likes to talk about a lot of things right before I do, and I know the last meeting he talked about this. But I just have to mention, 13 $10,000 scholarships were given by the Parade of Homes group. 8 of those were won by Fannin County kids. That to me is just, it's awesome, and it speaks volumes about the work that our teachers are doing, that our kids are doing, and just couldn't be more excited about that. And I think next year the goal is they want to give away 40 of these $10,000 scholarships, so maybe we'll give about 35 of those. So I'm just, I think probably Mr. Brown said that we'll tolerate excellence, but we want perfection, and that's kind of what we're shooting for here. And then our band, we always, our band is just phenomenal. This shows some pictures of the different things they do. A lot of people may think that it's just those Friday night football games, but it is not. They go all year long, and they do a lot of tremendous things that culminated with the Cherry Blossom Parade in Washington, D.C., which was nationally televised. What a great experience for our kids to be on national television. I watched it, I'm sure a lot of you did too. They were front and center, so very, very proud of them. And just to highlight some of the things that they did throughout the year. Highest music score of the entire contest, Bowden Invitational. They were the 4A champions for Straight Superiors at Flowery Ranch. They host their own marching band festival here. And if you've never been to that, that's something to see. It gets a lot of people in the community, drives those SPLOST dollars up, so we would like to do that. But then throughout the year, they do attend all varsity games. They participate and perform in 2 veterans ceremonies. They do both local Christmas parades, the arts festival, jazz band. They perform 6 public concerts a year. And then this year, at the band assessment, which was held in Reinhardt, they earned straight superior ratings. They had 6 people that were selected for all district and 1 made all state bands. So just very proud of them and the work they do. Dr. Barnstead does a tremendous job of leading our band and our kids work so hard. And then each year they collaborate with drama to produce our Broadway musical. And our Broadway musical this year was Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know if any of you got to see it, but we have some tremendously talented kids. We even had it's called a shout out. We had an actual Broadway performer who played Clyde in the Broadway production of Bonnie and Clyde give a shout out online to our drama troupe here, and they were very excited about that. It's tremendously talented. That picture there in the top middle is the trailer of Bonnie and Clyde, our trailer of Bonnie and Clyde being shown at the drive-in. So the kids are very excited to get to see them up there on the big screen as Taylor calls there as Clyde. And he was, they did a tremendous job. So just super excited for them. They did 5 shows in 3 days, so I don't know how they had a voice left, but great job at that standpoint. And athletics, just a quick recap, and I know we've recognized these folks, but let's talk about the spring stuff. Our Lady Rebels soccer team won the Region 7 AA championship. They knocked off Model, which had won the region, I believe, 10 years in a row. Don't quote me on that, but it's something close to that. So knocked them off. And they made it all the way to the Elite 8 And in the Elite Eight, they got beat, but they got beat by a private school. You know, it's not really a level playing field there. So I'm declaring us a public school state champion. So that should be a thing. And then our baseball, you know, our JV baseball team, our young kids, they won the Mountain League tournament, so we're excited about them coming up into the varsity level. And you combine with our varsity team making the state playoffs, that was a great year for them. And in the spring, there are so many things going on that it's hard to find one night when there's not something else going on. So this year, when we had our senior night for baseball, we were also doing our National Technical Honor Society inductions. So we had to get outside the box there. So at the same time we were doing our senior night festivities at the baseball field, we also inducted 2 of our seniors into the National Technical Honor Society on the baseball field. So we had to get creative there and get that done. We did get them inducted. And then esports, you know, we're getting to the point in esports too. We had 2 of our students advance in esports. They're in their football uniforms there. They are football players, and they made it to the Sweet 16 in Madden 22. So definitely got the football motif going on there. And then Rico even went one round further and made it to the Elite 8 in esports. So probably just want to end up dominating that too. And then Ava Lackey made it to the state in girls golf. So very proud of her, very excited for her. And then we just, you know, recognized our track athletes, and as Coach Ruth said, both teams were region runner-up, and that's a tremendous accomplishment in our region. We have some very talented athletes in our region in track, so that was a tremendous accomplishment. And she went over their accomplishments individually, but just want to look at that again because that is in the state. Now, that's not a region finish, that's a state finish, and those are some of the highest placements we've had for a long time. So again, great job by the coaching staff and all the people who helped out. Very appreciative of that, and also the work the kids put in. So very, very good year for our track team. All they accomplished. And then this is what we do. You know, you go through these things and you provide these opportunities, so you hope the kids get opportunities to do it after high school. And we have 7 athletes this year that are going to get to pursue their sport after high school. Seth Reese is going to play football in the Army. Becca Leffert is going to play basketball at the University of West Georgia. Ricky York will play basketball at Piedmont University. Taylor Poland is going to play soccer at Young Harris. Maisie Gold is going to play soccer at Dalton State. Peyton Rose is going to play soccer at Lafayette University. And then Jason Pearson will play baseball at Oklahoma University. So very proud of those kids and excited for their opportunities to move forward. And then just graduation real quick. And I know all y'all were there and I talked about this, but just got to touch on it again. 179 graduates, 112 qualified for Georgia Hope. That means they're going to get 90% of their tuition paid for if they go to a public school in the state of Georgia. And then 12 additional qualified for the Zell Miller, which means they get 100% of their tuition paid for if they go to a public school in Georgia. And then so impressed by the scholarships they earned. This speaks not only to the work they put in, but the generosity in our community. $2,291,700 scholarships. So I was just extremely proud of them and the work they put in. And then finally, you know, just I titled this Pride because there's so much pride in these kids as they go through this and go through this ceremony. And you know, this year, I'll say just I'm out on time, risk getting pelted in the head with batteries. I'm gonna just say real quick, you know, this year the weather didn't really cooperate for our practice schedules. And so we had to have both practices on Wednesday. Because we have to do an indoor and we have to do an outdoor. And, you know, the kids were fine with that. It wasn't the staying, it was the concern that it might mess up their opportunity to go back to their elementary schools. They just really love that opportunity to get to go back and you know, go to elementary schools and see some of those teachers and go back to the halls. And I really appreciate how y'all open the doors to them and, you know, provide a reception for them. And there's pictures all over the place, and I'm just really excited. And that is the reason, one of the reasons that I'm suggesting and asking all of the principals to be on the field next year in graduation, because it truly is a pre-K through 12 thing. When they walk across that field, there's a lot of work going in all the way up, and I just want everybody to be there and be part of it, because we truly are a school system. And as I said, we are a family.
I agree.
What are the roads? Thank you. Any questions?
Rich, thank you so much. Take time on the agenda, so far, so the first part of that. You've seen presentations from the principals, you know that we've got principals, and this is the time of year when I tweet these signs from American Signs District Leadership, also the essential ingredients to discuss the school district, I provided this to you for information. We also post this on websites, folks have not been able to keep up what, reach out. There's 10 of us, and I put myself in that group. We wear a lot of hats because we're a small district. If you go to larger districts, you see that there might be a single director or a single board of audit. That's all it's listed. We are small, but we're quite efficient and we're extremely capable. This team is just there amazing to do. All of you, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Connie, she's up there. Any questions about the leadership? All right, let's go ahead and move on and filling in for Martha and Sarah.
So we have got a little bit of an update today about the nutrition and the bids that recently came in, and I know you're excited and anticipating this moment. There will be a bit of a spoiler alert at the end of this video, so I will prepare you for that. So go ahead, Mr. Hensley.
Good evening, Board. I wanted to give you a quick update in regard to our food bid. I'm very pleased to tell you that we did receive a bid from Cisco. It is a non-traditional bid, and we have worked with the Department of Education and the procurement team in order to allow it to be an okay-proved thing tonight. It is going before the board at Pickens County, and Pickens will be our holder of the bid, and this bid will be for the MAG 515, which is Fannin, Gilmer, and Pickens. So I'm really excited to tell you about it. Also, we are still hoping for some USDA action and maybe some waivers before school starts, but at least for now, we do have groceries for next year. Still looking for good.
Okay, so unfortunately, here's the spoiler.
Thank God.
I know. So the fantastic news is we do have a bid. So that means that we are making plans now to do children for next school year, which is awesome. The spoiler is Pickens County actually rescheduled their meeting. And so their next board meeting is a week from tonight. And so the meeting, this will not become finalized until after they meet next Thursday. So we do anticipate that there will be action on this next Thursday night, and Cisco did provide the bid, and we are thrilled that we're going to be able to keep the kids in Fannin County next year. So it's definitely a victory.
Martha really worked hard with this communication across the state, seeing Fannin County and various professional publications and so forth that are coming out. Really just getting the word out there, creating awareness. With a shout out to Willard and Clyde's visit, and speak and present this, there. I know that we have support also at the state level. Speak for also the governor, Commissioner of Agriculture, Commissioner Black, help us out with that. And also Senator Warnock's office, Senator Post Senator Roth's office, staff policy. And so all of that, the communication is essential to get the word out, especially with quick notice. And so there's a huge shout out to like that initiative, like the fire initiative, getting the word out. This is great news. As we said, we were voted, we were not voted. So this is something. We're able to sustain it. Thankfully, DOE approved the slight variations to the first year.
Absolutely.
It is a heavy burden.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, and then the next one,
and introduce the speaker.
Good afternoon again, Dr. Watney and board. We continue to be blessed by God and with himself from our meeting, and just encourage everyone to keep the spirit of gratitude. And with this next thing that the dynamic duo is going to present is going to be to add to our gratitude list. Ms. Tara Cantrell and Sheena Reiner had a brainchild to take care of our children. Usually their main agenda is taking care of everyone. And so they have planned a back to school, or it's not called back to school anymore, it's summer bash, because they had to move the date. So I want to welcome them and encourage them to brag on their efforts for all the good stuff they're doing for our children.
Thank you for letting us speak. We're kind of going to actually do the opposite. We're going to brag a little bit on the school system as a whole. I feel like I'm piggybacking on Dr. Ramsey, but we are so blessed with our community and the partnership. So I'm blessed and having the job you guys granted me this year, and in doing so, me and Ms. Cantrell, we have a long work history together. We've worked together for a long time. One of the things we tend to do is kind of one-up each other. So we're constantly, when we're working with the kids and we find a need, we're like, what can we do about that? What can you do about that? Ooh, how can we make this better? And so sometimes we don't let ourselves slow down. And in doing that, we're constantly looking at ways to meet needs of our kids and the community as a whole, and do it at a minimal, if nothing, free charge to our parents. So all this come about with a haircut. I basically went to get my haircut one day, and as I was getting my haircut, Celeste Lance come up to me, and she started to cut my hair, and she said, "Can I ask you something?" And I said, "Sure." She said, "You're constantly doing stuff for the kids, you and Tara. Have you ever," she said, "I feel like the Lord is asking me to get back. Have you ever thought, would it be a benefit one day if I come and I was willing with some other hairdressers to give some haircuts to kids?" And so instantly I started thinking, oh, this is going to be exciting. Me and Tara can roll with this, and I know kids that can benefit from this. And so instantly I called Tara, and on the way back, by the time I get to the office, we have snowball and we have summer bash. And so, and Dr. Ramsey has been so good to us this year. He never yells at us when we pick up pallets of donations and drop them off in the lobby. Like, he just rolls with the flow. I'm like, can we have it here? You know, so, but that in mind, you know, we serve all the schools. So we're like, how can we do this for everybody? So the plan is to have a summer bash on July the 9th, and it's going to be from 9 to 3. And we're going to try to offer as many services as we can to our families free of charge for all schools. And so we are looking at haircuts and handing out hygiene kits and doing much more. So I will hush at that point and let Tara talk about the community partnerships that we've tagged in.
So it started with a haircut. So we got the haircut, and it just kind of blew up. So we thought, what else will our kids need to start off school with a bang and kind of have some things taken care of? And it went from there to dental and vision screening. And Georgia Mountain Health is going to come and do that for us. They're going to do some sports physicals if kids need to. And then we tapped into the health department, who is actually going to work on the Saturday. So if we have kids that need shots, they're going to come in and work on the Saturday for us and give out vaccinations to our students to meet those school requirements. And then we're going to have a cookout, which is going to be free. And we've got several community partners that are pitching on that. We've got North Georgia Paper that's donating, IGA, Dairy Queen, University of North Georgia is going to come away and give some UNG swag and bring in Nigel the Nighthawk. So we're just really, really grateful that we are one school system, we are Fannin, and that our community loves our kids. And grateful to a superintendent and a school board that pitches in and just lets us run with our crazy ideas. So we're really excited and grateful for the opportunity. Dr. Ramsey, also shout out to him for helping us get some cinch sacks to load up hygiene kits too for kids that might need those. So.
And a shout out to our parent liaisons. I mean, when we said we need to do this, who do we need to coordinate with, and it's almost amazing we started a group thread, and it's like, we need hot dog. I got that, I got this one, I got this one. So we have worked really hard this year just to keep fostering those community partnerships, and they keep growing, and it's been a blessing. Like, we're planning this event, and we're trying to plan for at least 250, and right now we have everything covered. So I was going to ask that just to emphasize the fact that it's all the funds that are donated. It's not any federal school funds or anything.
No, this is a community-based, school system-wide effort that everybody's just on board with, and so we're really excited, we can't wait to see our families and see what we can do, for them to start out the school year with a bang.
Sometimes it feels like we find needs and then, you know, if we can't find them in the community, sometimes it feels like the Lord provides, you know, because I'm like, it started with a haircut, you know, Celeste was like, the Lord just told me I should get back, and then here we are, so.
Shout out to Ariana Galloway for holding stuff back today.
She did, so after working hard running, she gave back a little bit too, and we appreciate everybody helping, so just spread the word, July the 9th, so hopefully we have a good turnout.
It's fantastic to be in an environment where an idea like this can come together so quickly and be in a community where they jump in and help some highly motivated people. Bring it back. You know, just to see it come to fruition. I like that. We're thankful for y'all.
Thank y'all for supporting sometimes some of our crazy ideas, but we appreciate it.
And Shannon, thank you for your leadership.
Yes,
Obviously, it's
it's their heart, it's the student's heart.
If y'all go to Walmart and can't find something, it's probably an old vacant lot.
We're gonna see it on July the 9th.
That's very good. All right, any other comments, questions for these ladies? And thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
And doing so much during your summer. You're non-stop for kids, both. Thank you. All right. Mr. Ben, public comment? Not even. Okay. We'll advance on Mr. Chairman, Mr. Taylor. Question that they also, Mr. Taylor.
The last time I referred to my old coaching days, I told you the white lie about somebody, coach school, Molly worked with the papers for a while. I did coach Sheila. Sheila was my point guard, so, that was.
That's what you better outline.
I'm not been around that long. I'm not been around that. She's old.
Dr. Reggie, you have those batteries?
I got in trouble last month for having so many pictures. So here's our facilities. Actually, this is one of our new windows that East Fannin, during the last storm, it actually flew open and hit one of the units out there. So it's been replaced. High school had a drain stopped up, so we got that taken care of. That's one of our escapes. Hotel means we had some issues out there. We got that area cleaned up for the bridge. This is an ag center. The site approval, we had to get your approval form to submit to the DOE. This is one of the things we got to do at the ag center. We got to build a wall around our LP tanks out there. So filters have been poured, the block is there, so I hope that'll be done very soon. And I'll send that to the DOE. So we got a lot of things going on in that school right now. Staff development, it's moving right along. Fixed seating training room, 130 fixed seats there. Of course, the stage in the background. Again, these are about a week and a half old, so it's talked to the superintendent on the job today, and actually we're going to schedule cleanup for next week. And so we got a lot of things going on. Mr. Mathis sent us an email this afternoon. The network and the Wi-Fi is actually hooked up out there, so we Scotty and Ben's been out there doing some technological stuff, so we're going to go play with it more. I think Ms. Finn's going to go out tomorrow as well, just to make sure everything's ready for them. So, yeah. MVT, of course, go ahead, Rob, just wait for the stuff. And then, I reduced pictures. I got in trouble last time having too many pictures. Here's at the parks room. Of course, they started, again, this is about a week and a half old. So again, the flooring is actually been put in at the transportation facility. The low voltage panel was received a week and a half ago. As soon as they got it wired up and ready to go, I mean, it's just little ants over there, people all over the place. And, we're actually ready to train on the lifts. So we're not ready to train on the lifts. Actually, the pad's been poured. All pretty much the 95, probably 98% of the concrete is finished. So you'll see the final coat of asphalt going down hopefully within 2 weeks. Again, that's Mr. Hensley's office there. We've got a great view. But again, the asphalt hopefully within 2 weeks, everything will be done, stripes on it, and then, we'll start talking about moving things. Again, thanks for moving. Quite nice.
Any questions or presentations? Excited to see that progress. In this update and driving by. Doing a great job. Thank you.
Next one is here's another site approval. This is a checklist. I've got to have the board's permission to submit for a site approval. This approval is for the mill property, our 100 plus acres behind the high school. So again, this is one of the many things that I have to have your approval for. The longest part of it, the risk hazard and the phase 1 has already been completed. So again, once I get more, if you approve the site approval tonight, then I've got to call locals to get some letters and that type of stuff submitted to the DOE. And so hopefully we will have that one thing marked off the list, and then just wait on guidance there.
Mr. Chairman's been approved. Recommendation letter. Motion. Motion second. Proceed. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion unanimous. Motion carries. Thank you.
Since we do have site approval for the ag facility, once the wall is built, a major concern from CTE about a greenhouse there. 2 years ago, we looked at putting a greenhouse and a pole barn there. Going to cost a fortune to make that work. So we've got a location that we're looking at to put an actual greenhouse at the ag facility. We've actually got 2 places that we're looking at. This is only permission to pursue to write an RFP to send it out to see what we get back for a turnkey, brand new greenhouse at the ag facility. This has nothing, you're not approving anything, just let them turn me loose to submit for it. And hopefully the next month or the month after that, come back to you. Here's what we need, SPOS money wise to go ahead and grade the greenhouse at the ag facility. And with the surplus, the current one that we have, we looked at it, actually moving it. It's pretty old, it's pretty ragged. If you think we're going to get a move on it, we'll be working on it a whole lot more.
Recommendation. I'll add that the ag passes to the ag center to assist the project.
But it's I know middle school ag teacher, I just went one. Seth Davis, he again, getting him to the middle, getting him from the middle school and also to ag. Again, they doing that because the ag is booming. So it's just going to be a great.
Good. All in favor?
Next 2 items, actually this is to approve a purchase. The iView is what maintenance department controls the AC, the lights, that sort of thing on every campus. iView started, or our energy management system started in 2007. So we've got some equipment that's in these facilities that is going on 15, 16 years old, and it is dying. And so I've got 2 quotes for you. This is for the high school. This is replacing every thermostat at the high school and up in the roof that you don't see. There's a little, what's called a router. This new thermostat is going to get rid of the router so it pops directly to the networking system. Then what are usable that we're going to take down, we can use it for the middle school, for the East Fannin, West Fannin, and Blue Ridge until they start dying. So And to date, since we started the energy management system in 2007, have saved $7,468,736, which is an average of almost $500,000. That's local money. So the place that did the high school up there, notice there's two prices there. For the high school, it's $54,813 to replace everything. The smaller price for $19,000, again, we're mandating that issue. So I highly recommend option one for the high school, $54,813 to pay this cost. Yes, sir.
Asking for 4,000, asking for last possible, 4,000.
I'd just like to say, this is a drop in the budget, so
Absolutely. Absolutely.
this will continue on for years, like it did.
Hopefully this new equipment will last 15, 16 years. So, we've had good success with it, but again, it's out there.
I recall place here. So
That's my understanding, it's going through this products.
Absolutely.
But also, my perspective, reason.
But you can ask any principal here what the term load shed is, and I'm gonna start ducking, and, because it works exactly what it's supposed to. When it hits peak demand, it starts shutting things off, so we don't pay that higher rate. And so they go, hey, it's blowing hot air. No, it's not blowing hot air, it's not blowing over, it's load shed.
Teachers love that word.
Oh, I know, these are, they principals can do it.
Not using it, well, yes, we're sure, so that usage is critical. That's right. That's the way it goes. All those in favor? Those against?
So similar recommendation for the next one, which is look at it, also, again, it's a site, spoke to spend, make sure that we're policy on this, and we can get separate recommendation, because this is going to be a good
Same speech, again, no, that's it. There is a typo, again, I just see it. This is actually for the Fannin County Middle School, even though it says Fannin County High School, but this is the correct map. That is correct.
Is that believe it true?
So middle school amount is $80,813, again, replacing, reusing what is useful at the elementary schools until they start.
What I do want to verify that is the correct price.
That is correct.
Make that recommendation, it's noted, references, and that's the whole last.
And there's the Fannin County Middle School closed.
All those in favor? Those against?
And last thing, remember last month we requested to redo the track equipment. That was not, we had a bid on. So there's two items that was, had a bid open on Wednesday. Did not receive any bids. I spoke with the high school. They requested we go ahead and now, turn it into salvage so we can get it off their pocket. So that's what this is.
That's the appropriate response, or lack of, it is surplus, it is, or it's
Recommendation. Second. Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Those against?
Okay, this next one is exciting.
This one is exciting. Again, we discussed this a little bit last month. a lot of things happening very quickly at the facility. But again, I'd like to recommend postponing the July 14th board meeting by 1 week, to July 21st, to have the board meeting at the Staff Development Center. And notice at the bottom, and then at that point, all future board meetings will be at that Staff Development Center at 5 p.m. Talked to superintendent today on the job. Again, the cleaning crew is actually scheduled for next week, so we've got a lot of things to do. But he don't want to say 100%, because you never know what's going to happen. He is very confident that we will be ready to have a full meeting there on July. Oh, we'll be there.
So, violence of sports around. Yeah. So let's just call it.
We are going to take the grinder and our breaker team.
It's all good. For those of you who aren't familiar with term grinder, this is our front restaurant. And,
When I leave the podium, I'll go visit the front
well, it's last night, that's over.
Right, you don't get, wash your hands.
Don't look at life, do we print something?
Oh, yeah, there's, for that, you microwave something, and the refrigerator has to get on, right, so it's just, there's all the time. Delicious, but don't serve well, and we're thankful for it. But we're also thankful for moving into more modern, more suitable facilities. That's, decorative. Okay, so we've heard from Mr. Dan, I have a recommendation, those are missing parts, we are delaying the meeting, but then we're also exercising our ability to change location this year. So we change that location.
The delay is just for.
That's correct, yeah. The delay is
Change location.
That's right. Us home. Us, the contract that will integrate, yes.
So, we have a recommendation.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second. Second. Any comments?
I'll be back off.
The story tonight, it is really necessary as well. It extends the life of the consider. Be a time to move and as each other in all of them, sidewalks.
And good things come to this site.
And
There's a lot of
exactly, exactly, it's very progressive move, the site of, from the library to the accessible high school. And this, that movie is not just a move for rural education, it's a staff that holds the center. The area that we use for meeting will also go as a training. Additional training, it's spacious. Looking for absolutely all those families,
and I'll add now with your approval, that afternoon we'll schedule the open house. Contractor goes to a ribbon cutting at 4:30 that day, and then we'll have a call finance budget, second hearing at 5 o'clock, and the regular business line at 5. All of that for for that good. Yes. It's a giant decision.
I'll be there before.
He hates his picture. It's good sport. All right, so we can get out of here. Good job, Mr. Dan. It's almost like Mr. Dan, I mean, a few other. There we go. All right, so it's been welcome. You did a great job. Welcome back to financials. Let's go ahead and proceed.
Good evening again.
This is our April 30th, 2022 general fund at 83.33% complete for the fiscal year. Our local resources are at 97.56% complete versus 103.57% from the prior year. Total revenue at 94.15% versus 96.48% from the prior year. Total expenditures at 74.59% versus 73.79% from the prior year. And just continue on, you have capital project, for our 10-month expenditures, opening conversation, and continue on, we have our special revenues, which that includes all the cares, all the prepay, all this different, reports, and continue on, and we use the literature. Now, present our financial statements for the month of April.
Any discussion? Thank you again. Walk. Presentation. All those in favor? Motion carries.
Lost that day, we received $792,004.86 for relation month of April that we received in May, which is 7.5% correct. So our SLOSS 5 right now, we received approximately 2.9.
That's also a record break
It is,
for our April's.
it is great from the prior year.
Thank you for this. So, no action is, that's on security.
This is our first set of budget amendments, which members from the adopt our budget to now. It has in it on your QBE midterm adjustments that I spoke about in our first meeting, and any other programs and budgets as well as the expenditures. And then this is our SLOSS amendment. The only thing that really changes is in here is we've added the transfer in between funds. You can see that the beginning, sort of, that one's in totals. The only difference is the transfer's in it now, because all of our SLOSS goes into one line and we transfer out of that budget off the project, so it's in it now. Those stay the same, and these are the special revenue projects, which you can see all the federal programs from Title I, federal preschool, all the ESSERs, the CARES, enrichment, the home, the beginning, what they added, and the end of the budget, so that's for revenues, and then as well as for all of the expenditures. That completes the budget.
Sending resolution that was wrong with this work, it's not clear that interpretation, so don't do this, in the month of July. That's good, this is the budget timeline that we're recommending, July.
Yes, this was adopted last month, but we're revising it to reflect the change of the board meeting, July 21st. So it'll be 5 p.m. our second public budget meeting, and then 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. we'll request a submitted resolution for August, and then July 27th. It may not change there, but July 27th, there we go. July 27th, we will advertise the tentative budget. July 21st, I'll present to you the tentative budget, and then it will be for approval at our August meeting.
Change date, not date, we can say that. Make that recommendation.
Recommendation.
I'll say.
Now, discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries.
Yeah, so, really love that. It's the same road as previous years.
It is our normal, we're Fannin County Board of Education for good sufficient reason, and I will adopt the budget fiscal year for July 1, 2022 and July 1, 2023. As served by operational superintendent to continue to extend funds, in operation. And then we have therefore, it been resolved, the expenditure superintendent extend funds for all funds for the month of July 22, not to exceed 112, the final end budget for all funds for fiscal year ended June 30, 2022, for state service accounting projects. Done to be due in July.
Correct, that's what we'll go, that one twelve position is windows. Mr. Chairman, your recommendation.
Motion. Any discussion? All the same, always saying, together, use state resolutions. So you don't have to, use the information. You have to do that for us. All those in favor? Vote unanimous.
Lots of presentations, great job.
Thank you.
Very expensive, let's review this paper.
I think I can drive from here. We'll try. Alright, one of the, questions we have is for NEC to use one of our, buses to take them on a field trip to, Larry's Cinema and Chick-fil-A. I believe, probably not getting most of the return also there, they will pay for the cost of fuel and cost of travel. They will just use. I'll be ready.
This is something that we've done before, that we're on partner, back, for the president, the city block, make that recommendation.
Very good. All those in favor? Unanimous.
Well, 23, we're just two of us.
Yes, sir. I am excited to stand before you. I transitioned to transportation last Wednesday. I am learning all kinds of things about buses. And one of the things that we had happen to us, we keep scrolling down there, Governor Kemp give out $153,928,170 for the purchase of buses in the state of Georgia, which was 1,747 buses, which is approximately $88,110 that they allot for each bus. We've been anxiously waiting to see how much we were going to get from the state. We didn't know. I went to a conference in April, and they said it would be out next week. Then we waited another few weeks. We still, when we finally got our allotment, and you'll go down just a little bit there, you'll see that it's $528,660, which is basically $88,110 times 6. So they allotted for us to get 6 buses. So if you would go out there into the back to the attachments. Go to the bus invoice. Now, I will warn you, buses have increased in prices since we have purchased them back in November. Just like everything, the demand, everything is going up. One bus costs $127,164. That is the specs for Fannin County. We have a lot of things on there that provides more safety for our kids. And we've also, with this, added backup cameras for these 6 buses. We've also added an illuminated school bus sign. They've got a Mendix telepark, which is a new braking system. This also counts the installation of all of our radios and also not our Wi-Fi, which still takes care of that. Our radios and
camera systems, REI camera systems. So, and if you'll go out there and I'll show you kind of what it looks like, go to the illuminated bus stop. So scroll down, you can see the school bus, the illumination on the right-hand side. That's what ours, those 6 buses will have, so it'll be much more visible. And we've got a lot of lights on ours, but again, another safety procedure to try to keep people from passing their buses. So we're excited about adding those.
You mentioned speed of delay.
Yes.
So if these are ordered.
If these are ordered tomorrow, we will probably get them next summer. It's about a year out.
Right.
Sorry.
Same kind of permissions that install on the facility. And it's good.
So they're supposed to, if we order them today, we probably batch the cost at April, and then they have to do their installations of those types of things. So I was told to expect probably June, July next year. And everybody has received funds, so I want us to get on the front end of this, where that we're not waiting behind some other counties, because if we wait till next month, you may have 100 buses in front. So we want to try to get on this as quickly as we can.
Considering this dollar amount, you're able to make a certain mission to see if you're ordering a state contract.
That is correct. We are ordering off the state contract, and the cost of 6 buses is $762,984. But with the subtraction of the $528,660 from the DOE funding, that leaves us $234,324, which is an average of $39,054 per bus. So I would ask that you purchase these buses for us. I'm excited about them, and it is a full-size 72 passenger buses.
We're already on order then.
I am actually going to send an email tonight.
All those in favor? Vote unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Back to the street and norms and physical education.
Okay, good evening, board. We are nearing the end of our journey for GSBA exemplary board designation. So there is a new requirement that comes up this year, which was the adoption of something called the school board member norms. And so I did share this with you through Screen Pass By recently. I did model this norm based on something that GSBA sent me as an exemplar. Their exemplar was 6 pages. I boiled it down to 10 statements. And these 10 statements are things that we already do as a board. They include things like following the code of ethics for board members, not participating in any conflict of interest, always putting students first before we make decisions, leading as a united team and meaningfully participating in board meetings, allowing the superintendent to run the school system on the day-to-day affairs, realizing that your power is as a governing body, not as an individual member of this board, being respectful and responsive to the community and stakeholders, providing a fair and timely evaluation to the superintendent, completing a self-assessment, which is something that you don't do every year, being positive and mindful about how your actions in the community or on social media do affect and reflect on the whole board, and also being prepared for each of the board meetings by reviewing documentation, which is something that you're already spending a substantial amount of time doing to be prepared for our evening board meetings. And so tonight I come to you to ask that you adopt these school member norms so that we will have this prepared and ready to go in your exemplary board application.
Stricken understanding, distill this down to a much smaller, much more reasonable, and much actually very close to the line with the standards, for example, that are already going in. Okay. Since the other one was very, just too much verbose.
I like concise.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion, sir, second. Second, discussion. Motion second. Approve the rules for education. All those in
yes, there is a, verification does have to be signed. I got your individual forms, but there's yet one more that will have to, that will have to be signed. You're correct.
Chair, I'm for non-executive session, correctly executive session for real estate and commercial matters.
You motion to executive session. Thank you. The second, all in favor? Unanimous, motion carries. Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Sorry, that's live. Right?
Yeah, we're doing live, double live, yeah.
May I have a motion to resume our board meeting? Is that it? Second? Second. Motion second. All those in favor? It's unanimous. We resume our regular meeting. No action was taken while in executive session. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the executive session on May 12 and May 23, 2020. Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay, next item is 26, real estate, Mr. Banner. Mr. Inslee, if this will open up the survey, A-E-Village, yes, sir. Mr. Banner, Mr. Inslee, there you go. Thank you. Tell us what we're looking at.
Piece of property that, adjoins number 1 Highway 76, here top left. The borders, the top borders that you see here is actually borders the property, the 156 acres, the Neal property. Robert, if you'll open up the other now. So just give you a location of where that property is located at. Again, this is the 156 acres that's already suitable property. This is the piece of property that is actually put on the market.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Banner. So what you see we got here is this is adjacent property to the, is that Mr. Banner, so the existing Neal property that we own. Mr. Banner, point out the maintenance facility, if you would, which is on.
Of course, tennis courts.
Here you go.
Here's the existing maintenance facility.
So we already share a border with this property by the maintenance facility, by the tennis courts, and then of course, that's existing high school campus property that we have in here. And then we also share a border with the property that we purchased last summer. But then also an interesting note, Mr. Banner showed it in relation to the Chevrolet dealership where.
Bill Hook Chevrolet, yeah, is right there.
And so this property also touches East First on Highway 76, right there across from the Chevrolet dealership. So to purchase this, it opens options for entrances from East First into this property. Yeah, back up to that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's from East First, near 515, but also at the maintenance facility, and also near the tennis court. So we got lots of interest, plus it provides additional building options for us on parts of our existing property that are near water. So, we've actually, without sharing the interest in this land, in fact, Darren and I were in a meeting with the architect, and this piece of property was pointed out as adjacent to ours, and he indicated that where we needed to have that piece of property, just kind of not really knowing all the stuff. So this is going to be very beneficial. This is an investment in the future of many things. Mr. Chair, make a recommendation. We purchase this piece of property, which Mr. Banner is
66.649.
Okay, so the property is 66.5 acres, purchased with SPOS funds, $4 million.
Now, recommendation. So moved. Mr. Reed, second. I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Okay, let's go first step. Mr. Reed, you follow along your paper?
I filed my paper, but I can.
Grab on.
Okay.
While she's making the way, please, I'd like to say that
Wilson Ghost, Nathan Bailey, Jerry Mitchell, effective 5/27/22.
Second. Motion second, all those in favor, vote unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you. Buck Rogers, resignation effective 5/30/22.
Recommendation. Recommendation, do I hear a motion? All second.
Second. Third.
Second. Mr. Galvin, all those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
We'll stand by this. Okay, Johnny Rich, resignation effective 5/31/22.
Motion. Over. Motion, Mr. Galloway, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Beard. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you. Resignation from Amanda Gill, 6/9/22.
Motion. Motion, Mr. Paulson, second, Mr. Galloway. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Joseph E. Ben Weaver, resignation effective 7/29/22.
Your motion.
Second.
Mr. Beard, second, Mr. Galloway. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Resignation of Mary Donna Ray, effective 8/1/22.
So, motion for Mr. Cole, second for Mr. Beard. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you. Sir. Get him on.
I got you.
Recommendations and additional paperwork, background check, and training. Melissa got six.
I'll make that motion, second.
Second.
Third. Second by Mr. Schultz. Mr. Schultz. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
All right, two professional staff recommendations, effective 7/25/22. Michelle Champion, all yes.
Recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion, Mr. Schultz, second, Mr. Beard. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Food service assistant, effective 7/25/22. Ginger Hewitt.
See the motion. Motion, Mr. Galloway, second. Second, Mr. Cole. All those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
All right, and two administrators, both effective 7/25/22. Betsy Hyde at 49%, and Lisa Taylor as full-time.
Very good. I'll make that motion. Mr. Beard.
I'll say.
And second, all those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Professional staff, effective 7/25/22. James Lucius Wall.
Second, Mr. Galloway, all those in favor? Motion carries, vote unanimous.
Terrence Welcome, food service assistant, effective 7/25/22.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second, Mr. Beard, all those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, you good? Good. Substitute teacher, pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training, Patrick Lister, effective date 8/1/22.
Motion. Mr. Cole. Second. Second, Mr. Galloway, all those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
We have an additional summer custodial worker, effective June 1 to July 22nd. Colin Bruce.
Do I hear a motion? Mr. Beard, second. Second, Mr. Cole, all those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
And a recommendation for a summer clerical worker, effective June 10th to July 22nd. Caroline.
Make that motion, is there a second? Second, Mr. Beard, all those in favor? Motion unanimous, motion carries.
And we're through with recommendations for bill with folks who are already in contracts, no action. But I'll let you.
Okay, excellent. So, at Blue Ridge Elementary, Catherine Cheatham, special ed teacher, is being transferred into the intervention coordinator position for Blue Ridge Elementary. At Fannin County High School, Annette Putnam, special ed teacher, being transferred into the career technical instructional coordinator position for the next school year. And finally, Ms. Jenna Saxon is transferring from East Fannin Elementary to Fannin County Middle School as a special education teacher.
Okay, thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chair, item 28 is the principal presenting contract on that, take action on my evaluation of my contracts.
Very good. The board has been trained to be by Ron's work as a superintendent, and based on the results of his evaluation, as well as his performance during the past year, the board approved one additional uniform for a 3-year contract beginning July 1st, 2022. I need a motion to that effect. Motion, Mr. Beard, I'll second. Second, Mr. Callaway, all those in favor? It is unanimous, motion carried.
Okay, that brings us to comments. So, we start at 5 o'clock, and it's late. At 5 o'clock, Susan and Robert, you guys did a great job. I want to thank you for your work that you did, for your presentations, very detailed, unforgettable. Thank you. So good. Congratulations to class for 2020. This is you, congratulations, I know that you're proud of your faculty, your staff, and most of all your kids. Sarah, I really enjoyed the retirees program. You did a great job putting that together. Thank you. And since we got ETC here, I want to thank ETC for sponsoring that. I think that the ETC, every time we turn around, ETC is very willing to do something for the schools, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sarah, good job getting us that connection.
Exactly. I work on it daily.
I want to thank the news clerk for their coverage of all these things. And they just, in this week, they've got a really nice write-up for retirees, and I really appreciate the work that they do. Proud of those track and field kids. Who else is? So you're here, and we've got representation. So no, coaches. It's good job. A lot of students do too. Also, Mike and Ryan, it's so much better. Thank you for getting that worked out. I want to thank Marshall for with us this evening for the presentation. We look forward to having something bigger from Dickens County week tonight. Shannon, I want to thank you and your team, Shannon and Tara, for everything, not only this project, but just everything that you do to support students. Thankful for that. Thank our Sheriff's Office, who's represented this evening by Thomas. Probably see up front. He's out there, but I can't really go into detail more, but you know that we have some pretty extensive safety training that's going on with these with the Sheriff's Office and actually doing in our schools. And we're thankful for them. We're thankful for the job that they do. Dr. Chief. Yes. Thank you. You brought us all in this. We're just practicing and everything that the Sheriff's Office does for us, and especially the training that's going on. That's all I say about that. Okay. Pleasure. Darren, so many of the pieces of the agenda are yours, and you do a great job keeping all of that together. The most exciting thing that's going to come together is the ribbon cutting. We're going to have Blackman Coach. And so I hope to see all the public there, and have an opportunity to see that facility. And right behind it, shortly thereafter, will be the bus route. I'm sorry. Transportation facility. We're closing the bus route. We're over the transportation facility. Board, I want to thank you for the additional year. You've offered and you provided for it, and contract that means so much to you, and you mean so much to you. Each of you. Amazing people. Honored and humbled
unadjusted. And the more as you know, and, as we have been discussing with all my colleagues, this isn't really a surprise to them, but most recently by completing these buildings, then acquiring properties recently, students done. But all the work that we've done is what I'm not sure what's out. That's not fair. So, I intend to do something that this year. So I'll still be here for a few to several more months. On an honor. Important and successful. I'm glad we set that task. From that, you can be as far as the public presentation of those announcements, we went to all of those this out. Formally state any based on whatever works for this history. I'm the right person. Certain. As long as it just knowing time is on. Maybe start. Reach out. Graduated from here, I had 91. Got from the sublist. Following the fall. Start of the next school year. Start at 7. Start from there. Thank you.
Very thankful. So thankful that you're willing to stay on. You God bless you. I'm gone. I'm really doesn't. Yeah, appreciate each and every one of y'all that showed up and ran the back. Oh, there, always, so, Robert, very thankful. Very good. But, very good. It's, we use the word a lot of times, so, we enjoy being here each other. I love sitting here. It is one of the highlights of my life. I go in and I do each one of them, generating and all of us. It's a way to say.
I appreciate everybody that's here tonight, everybody's watching on whatever TV. I ain't gonna say too much. You know, there's 2 reasons to cry. One is you're happy, one is you're sad. I wanted to cry tonight, all night long. For the simple reason, we had all these athletes came in here, doing great, everything that's happened here tonight has been wonderful to me. And that's what we are Fannin is all about, right?
Yes, sir.
There. Best student in the state of Georgia.
I'm again thankful for all our athletes. It's been 4 years I've been on here, it's just been outstanding. Just can't believe all the accolades from that, the fans, the academics, STEM. It's just incredible. And we're thankful. I'm grateful we're about to wrap up with DOE. Get into that transportation, 79 miles out there. It's incredible that we really had just about. Just also a bunch of people to work with, get to know. So it's been for me, it's been more than well, I'm sure I even knew you before. I knew you was, but my brother. Like the friendship we were bonded. We live in a day where we don't want to say nothing about it, but I think you know, hear about you. I'm grateful that you get to retire. I'm just sad that you're so much younger than me and I'm still working. I gotta get to the next chapter of my life sometime. But it's just awesome and I enjoy the time. But it's not done.
That's some work.
I've said it many times and I look around this room and it's more than you would call it a work relationship. Y'all are all my friends. Talk to you, pray over you, believe for you. We've seen some good things, right, sir? So with that, I'm going
I won't be hashed, everything that's been said, I certainly agree with it. We've a long days for all of us, lots of grief. I sometimes struggle finding the words to express my appreciation for the dedication and all that you bring to the school system, locally to the students and it's remarkable. Dr. Button, the environment that you have created in the school system is truly unique and remarkable. Ever be grateful for. We approach every decision carefully, cautiously, thoughtfully, and fairly. I mean, that's our success here. I think Dr. Ransom reminded me that we don't tolerate excellence. We see perfection. We're not perfect. Thank all of you. Now, I'm going to motion is second. All those in favor? Unanimous, Mr. Chairman.